Dear students, welcome to this section. So here we are going to talk about the what is the format for your journal writing. So uh, as I told you before, every week you should be completed with the respective journal. So you can take A4 size. If available, you can take ruled one side and unruled other side. If it is both are ruled, that is also fine. If you have any other paper, that is fine. But make sure that you start working on the journals. So with whatever the available things you have, you can start working with that. So first thing is, on the first page, so you are going to write lab program number 4. So we will start with the lab program number 4. We have already completed the two programs in the laboratory. We will come back to that. So I have to provide you with a flow chart. I will provide you the flow chart, but from this week we are going to do the lab program number 4. So that is the reason I have taken for this format specification lab program number 4. So you will specify the lab program number 4. So whatever I am going to tell today about the journal writing, you will repeat it for every program. Okay, every lab program you are going to repeat the same, and if you have any doubts, you can come back and watch this video again, and in spite of that you have more doubts, you can always send me a message or call me. So on the first page, don't write this. This is just for showing you that this is the first page. You don't have to write this, page 1. So you are going to write lab program number 4. Then you are going to write the problem statement. And where do you get the problem statement? You can get it from the syllabus. That is one source of information where you can find the problem statement. The other one is the program which I have already shared as in terms of the PDF. So whatever the program I am going to cover, all those programs have been shared in the PDF format. It is on the Google Drive, and I have already given the link in your group, so you can go back and refer and download, and you can get the problem statement from there. Write the problem statement on the first page. Okay, that is all you are going to write. So you are going to write the lab program number, and this number is also from the your syllabus copy. And problem statement, you will write the problem statement. For example, you have already done the let's say simulation of the calculator. So for the simulation of the calculator, there is a problem statement. You have to write that one. That is on the page number 1. Then we will move on to the page number 2. Nothing else on that page. On page number 2, you are going to write flow chart. Okay, don't write this number 2. You are going to write the flow chart with start and all the steps required, all the parts of the diagram of the flow chart until stop. Okay, if it is completed in one page, that is perfectly fine, or you can just continue on to the next page. So flowchart is like you can start on page 2. If it completes on the page 2, that is very well. If your flowchart is going beyond one page, just write the rest of the flowchart on page number 3. Is that clear? So flowchart. So with every week with the discussion, I am going to give you the flowchart. So you need not worry about the flowchart. You can directly draw the flowchart from what I have, what I will be explaining in every week's lab session. And after the flowchart is complete, so in this case I am assuming that the flowchart will complete in only one page. So if it is more than one page, you are going to write it on the next page. Okay, let's say it completes on the page number 2, you will go to page number 3 on the next page. Okay, on the next page you are going to write the algorithm. Okay, if flowchart is completed on 2, on page number 3 you are going to write the algorithm. Let's say your flowchart goes beyond, let's say it goes on page number 2 as well as 3, you will write the algorithm on page number 4. So you will write all the algorithm with the start until the end. Okay, until the end or until the stop. So how you are going to write the algorithm? I'm going to provide you, I said I'm going to provide you the flow chart. From the flow chart you can directly write the algorithm, so there should not be any difficulty in writing algorithm from the flow chart. So I'll be explaining about flow chart, so it's very easy to write from that flow chart you can write the algorithm. And again same rule for the algorithm page. If algorithm completes in one page, that is fine. If algorithm goes beyond one page or two page, keep on continuing with writing the algorithm. Okay, so let it take 2 page, 3 page, whatever the number of pages, once the algorithm is complete. So I will assume that in this case algorithm finishes in just one page, page number 3. When I go to page number 4, I am going to write the actual C program. So whatever is the C program implementation, we are going to write the page number on page number 4. After the algorithm, we are going to write the actual C code. Okay, after writing the C code, and again same rule applies here. If it completes in one page, very well. If it takes 2 more pages, then you can just continue, like as many as pages it takes, don't worry about that, just continue writing it. And once the C program completes, then you have to write the compilation step. Okay, compilation step, $, this is the command prompt, gcc space name of your program .c, and if there is a math library, we know that after this space -lm, so whichever is the relevant case, you are going to write the compilation step. And after that you are going to write the execution of program. You can say it as a execution step. And in case of execution, there might be more than one possible outputs. So program number 4 is lab program number 4 is about the palindrome. So there are two possibilities. When we run the program, how do we run? ./.out. So on the command line you will type ./a.out and you hit enter. So the program will prompt for enter a number n. So you enter it as 121, and it will it will go through the programming steps, and it will identify given number is a palindrome. This is the output, this is the input. You run the program again. How do you do that? On the command prompt ./a.out, again you will enter another number 123. Now the output is the given number is not a palindrome number. So along with the explanation, I will also show you the output, and if possible we use this compiler, and I will show you the output. So according to whatever the possible outputs, you are going to write it in the journal. And as I said before, try to complete the journal on a weekly basis. Like let's say we have a lab on let's say Thursday. After the lab session is complete, as soon as possible in 1 or 2 days you complete and get it ready. So when the college resumes, we will not spend any time on journal writing. Please make sure that all of you follow these instructions.